Okay, we are recording. Hopefully I checked everything just a moment or two ago. One day it'd be funny to do a, if I kept all those clips, compile all the clips I did of me checking, are we recording? Then playing it back, because as good as all this gear is, one simply doesn't know. So, putting on my warm gloves. It's a little later in the afternoon, getting a little bit of a late start. Retired guy. Seems funny that I find so many ways to stay busy and to have things to do earlier on. But I don't now, so we're going to go out on a ride. And we'll see what stays in, what comes out. Set the mirrors here. There goes my Dionysi safety jacket, saying it is armed. Pull up the stand. That disappears. Drop a gear. We disappear. So we will head down to the bottom of our somewhat hazardous takeoff here. Yeah, and here comes a car. Up it's a truck, he's stopping. We're going, he's stopping. So, got the lid up a little bit. Let's get out of the neighborhood here. Then I'll do a bit of a quick weather report. Hopefully camera angle is fine. And I do know that it was recording. And we're heading over to our back exit on from Wistful Vistas. We'll be doing a pretty quick ride here, just a short shot. There's a car. Just a short shot because of what our ambitions are for this particular ride. And they are modest. They are modest indeed. It's odd that this exit gate will recognize me, and the one on the other side, where our manned station is, will not. The exit from the surly bonds of Wistful Vistas. Hey, nobody coming. We have new blacktop here. Still have the lid cracked open a little bit. Okay, it's official. We're on the road. So, first of all, the weather report. We have to give you the San Diego weather report. Coming off of 5 days for what's Santa Ana, or San Diego, Santa Ana. That's another place I used to live nearby. 5 days of pretty crummy weather. Rain and a lot of wind. A lot of wind. And gray, overcast, and misty days. We don't complain about the rain. We try not to, except when it interferes with something we want to do, and we want to do something almost every day. So we complain every day, but not all the time. But it's precluded riding, so done a couple of garage things. The latest one you saw of me in my bathtub. And now we're going to get out on the road and see what happens. So before we begin, I want to mention one thing. I received a valid criticism from one of the chaps that watches the channel, the things that I do, in regards to my little bathtub escapade. And he said, hardly seems worth doing. Don't know if I want to subscribe. And that, by the way, that doesn't make me mad. I don't feel insulted by that. That's that gentleman's honest opinion, and that's okay. But I just want to say that all the things that I do are for fun and fairly spontaneous. I don't really do a lot of self-analysis, sometimes there's things that times I should say that I feel a little challenged for a good subject to do, for instance, but most of the time they just strike me spontaneously and I go out and do them, and I really don't think so much. So seriousness is not necessarily one of my criteria, and if that person feels that it doesn't meet their needs or what they want to watch, why certainly they should he should unsubscribe if he wishes to do so. No worries, mate. And thanks for the comment, by the way. Like I say, I'm not insulted by that whatsoever, but it also brings up a broader point as we stand here looking out at the greater San Luis area, and that is that given world circumstances today, and we were talking about obviously Ukraine and those people under bombardment, living in challenge of their lives. Seems like even serious motorcycle stuff is oh wow, sorry. Seems like even serious, more serious motorcycle matters are rather not as important compared to the experiences and what's going on in the world today. So for this, I do apologize, and I do dedicate this vlog to the people of Ukraine, and difficult to say, but I wish them as well as I possibly can under these circumstances. And why do I go on to do this then? And that is because I'm not going to let a terrible man interfere or change our lives. And to my Ukrainian brothers out there, if anyone from Ukraine should happen to watch this, and the guy just wants to go out and ride his bike, which obviously he cannot do now, they've got my sympathies, and that's why I dedicate this vlog to them. And that's why I'm doing it, because we're not going to let somebody steal our lives to the extent possible. Okay, let's get on to the ride review and why I'm out late in the afternoon when the traffic's going to be heavier than what I typically like. And that is, we're testing two things. Thing number one is that black comfort seat. It's called a gel black comfort seat. And my derriere is deposited upon it right now. What do I think about it? Subjectively talking, I do not feel any perceived difference in comfort or support at the moment. It doesn't seem to me to be substantially softer or different in an appreciable dimension under my rear end compared to what the red one was. So but it's black, so I bought it primarily for the reason that it is black and hopefully won't show up as much discoloration and kind of grease that the red one was looking to get. And I'll talk a little bit later about how I had tried to keep that a little cleaner, but it didn't seem to be working. So black one obviously is black, so the little grease and the road stains and things will not be as apparent, and cleaning it, even if it's imperfectly done, the imperfections will be a little less discernible to the observer. Okay, we're getting on the highway here. Here we go. We can go into the carpool lane. And this is where we're going to test the touring windscreen. Is there a difference? Now, I tested the extended windscreen by Power Bronze and could not notice an appreciable difference. I do notice right now that I can't see out of my mirror. So, is there a difference with this taller touring screen? And right now, oh, that's loose. My left-hand rearview mirror is loose and floating around, and I'm just not going to get the one you want the most, and I'm not going to get a view out of it. Okay, so that's the name of that tune. But I'm going to try and get a little ahead of this traffic here. Get her into 6th gear. And we'll see if it makes a difference. Going a little fast now. I am exceeding the speed limit. And I say this one makes a more discernible difference. Now, I've kept as many things the same as I can. I have, for instance, on the same helmet, the same Shoei X14, and the same kind of ear that I was wearing before. Adjust this down, but the wind is also blowing that up. And it's the same kind of a blustery, cool afternoon. So this one is bringing the wind hitting my shoulders just below the helmet. It's coming in just below the helmet. So I think this one does make a difference. Carmel Valley Road, that's our exit. Here we go. And much more difference than the Power Bronze. Does it leave my head out of the buffet zone? And the answer to that is it does not leave my head out of the buffet zone. However, it raises the buffet zone to just above my shoulders, right at the helmet line, as I perceive it. It's really annoying that my rearview mirror is pushed back in like that. I gotta say, doggone it. Something always. I gotta tighten that up. I bang into it in the garage all the time, so I guess it's my own fault. But having said that, doggone it. And I'm gonna take that down just a little bit. I don't think I tightened that screw up enough. So the answer is it's better. On the prettiness scale, so here's the calculated, scientifically measured results from yours truly. A, OEM windshield, prettiest, my opinion, least amount of wind protection, and does what it's set out to do. And if you are riding primarily streets and rural roads, the canyon carving, so-called canyon carving, etc., etc., plenty good enough. Don't buy another windshield. The Power Bronze, second prettiest, nice looking windshield. Looks a little looks special. And can we do a little bit of lane splitting here, a little filtration? Yeah, we can if we're careful. So, is it enough to buy it? I don't think so. Is it prettier than stock? Well, that's up to you. I'm going to say again, I can't get that windshield lip. I'm going to say again, I don't think it's that much prettier in stock than the stock windshield, that it would cause me to buy it. Now understand, and then the third comment, scientific measurement, the touring windshield right here that you can see. The touring windshield, least prettiest, most effective at wind blockage. Not 100%. You're going to be on a naked bike and your head is still going to be out there in the wind. But is it worthwhile to buy it if you're going to be doing touring, like what you're supposed to be doing on the touring model Tuono? But you're going to be touring on the factory. So the answer to that one, while I distract my attention away from what it is I'm trying to get done. The answer to that one, is it worth buying? If I was going to be spending extended time on the highway and wanted some improvement and had no other options that had been vetted, the answer is yes. I think I'd buy this one. So there you have it. 1, 2, 3. Prettiness, OEM. Second prettiness, power bronze. Third prettiness would be definitely the shoot, I can't see. Third prettiness and most effective, the Touring by Aprilia. And I've got to say, as you look at the finishes, and I used to work with products that were molded plastic products, and the finishes and the setup of the OEM windshields are rather good. I think they are quality pieces. That lady just had to pass me, so she could turn left right there. Let's see if we can get it past these folks. So yeah, there you have it. Now let's return briefly to the Comfort Gel black seat. Any big difference? Not really. I think other than the color, you gotta forgive yourself now and then and do that. Sorry. A little bit of stress as we renovate Wistful Vistas for Mrs. Cooper. So this is also, I guess I should say, this might be a de-stressing ride. And again, given what's going on in the world. But and look at my windshield. I don't know if you can see the rearview mirror out of the camera, but it's pretty messed up. So I get folded backwards. It looks like I'm trying to aerodynamically tune the bike with my rearview mirror folded all the way back towards my chest. Not necessarily crazy about that. Anything happens, I might be skewered, which would be terrible. It'd be the end of all these wonderful vlogs you get to see. Oh nuts, am I gonna make the signal? Not a chance. Not a chance. Oh, phooey. Oh well. Oh, somebody doesn't seem to be too happy. Fella stopped at the traffic light, and he's telling the truck behind him to mind his own business. I don't know. I think something's wrong with his car. Might not start. So there you have it. Comfort Gel seat. Not a big difference in comfort to my posterior, nor width or anything like that, but color is different. Is it worth buying for that? Yeah, I'm going to say yes, because I think that red seat is going to be a little bit of a challenge to keep blemish free for an extended period of time, and I haven't found a really good way to clean it yet. And in terms of windshields, if I had the choice, I would not have bought the Power Bronze. Again, going back, looking at that decision, wouldn't buy the Power Bronze, but I would find a very, very good fellow like Scott Paccioni, who was getting rid of his stock OEM, and say, hey buddy, make him an offer, or buy it from Aprilia. And then I would use that if I were going to go on a kind of an extended road trip, knowing that it's never going to be the same as the fairing that you're going to get on actual road touring bikes. The best one I can relate to is the Harley Davidson high-waisted fairing, which really puts you in a nice little pocket riding along. But you ain't going to be riding an Aprilia and dancing around the canyons that like you would on Aprilia when you're riding that old Harley. So you just have to, I think my lesson learned here is that there are situations on the Aprilia that you're going to have to get used to if you want to improve them somewhat by the OEM touring. Let's see if we catch our deal here. There we go. We caught it. Nice. And do that one. It's not that much less